have a high priest which can be touched with the feeling of our infirmities. Except the second statement is easier for me to understand in 2009. Okay? Because we don't talk in double negatives, at least correctly. If I'm using the double negative today, people understand that I am speaking improper English. And I venture to say the double negative is not very acceptable in any language because of the fact it is confusing. It's kind of a roundabout way to make a point. And here's the direct approach. And if you haven't figured it out already, I like direct. Okay? But we have a high priest which can be touched with the feelings of our infirmities. Some of the most powerful prayers you will ever pray is nothing more than help, help, help me, Jesus. You don't know what you're asking for. You don't know what you need. You just know, I need. And I'm at the end of me. And I don't know how to put one more step in front of another. I'm feeling my weaknesses. I'm feeling my inabilities. I'm feeling them because I'm facing them. I'm seeing me. I'm seeing what I cannot do. I'm seeing what I'm not able to accomplish. I'm seeing my failures. I'm seeing my repeated failures. I do stuff and repent for it, don't ever want to do it again, and turn right around and do it again. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And once you get past the anger with yourself, and then that inability overwhelms you, and it just... And you come to Jesus. Help me. I don't know how to keep going. I want to keep going. I want to be saved, but I don't know how to keep going. You say, I'm afraid to admit that to God because I'm afraid He'll be upset with me. No. He's waiting on you to get there. He's waiting on you to come to the end of your strength. He's waiting on you to come to the end of yourself. He's waiting on you to fully face and acknowledge your weaknesses, your inabilities, your infirmities. He's waiting on it. Now, I'm a really stubborn, strong-willed guy. I have spent many, many years coming to that place, and as soon as He helped me, get right back to trying to do it myself. But God has been so patient with me because when I do that, He just takes me right back through the process, bring me to the end all over again, and there I am. And He is persistent. He's not only patient, but He's persistent enough to do that enough till I finally start believing that without Him, I can do. How much? You see, we read that, but we don't believe that. And we prove we don't believe that because we don't live that. And we don't live that because we only believe there are some things we can't do without Him. Because we know there are things that we do. I got up this morning without Him. I ate food without Him. I'm breathing without Him. See, that just proves our ignorance. I'm not trying to be unkind. That's our ignorance. I didn't get up by myself this morning. I didn't eat anything by myself this morning. I just presumed I did because I didn't pray about everything I did. I presumed that I did all that stuff myself. The bottom line is I did nothing without Him. But by not acknowledging that He was the one behind all of that, I steal the glory from Him. I'm saying this to everybody, but I'm going to say this looking right in the eyeballs. There isn't anything that God won't do through a person that He can trust that person to give Him the glory and not take it for themselves. That really is the bottom line. who gets the glory. You say, well, why is it such a big deal to God? Because it's such a big deal to us. I'm always looking for the credit. I'm always looking for the credit or the acknowledgement or whatever it is. The Bible calls that the glory. And 1 Corinthians says, no flesh is going to glory in His presence. No flesh. No flesh. Well, I sung really good this morning. Somebody needs to tell me how good I sung. Do you know how hard it is to be an usher here with all these people coming in and out? When's the last time anybody in leadership said, thank you for all I do? Hello? You know what that attitude's all about? Glory. All those folks hiding up in that booth up there while you're all dancing and shouting down here. You know how easy it would be for an attitude to come on them and says, I can't participate. I got to sit up here and do this so that all these other people can watch and people can have a copy of this. And when's the last time anybody said thanks to me? Are you looking to be thanked? Or are you just willing for God to get the glory? I'm going to say what I said to Pastor Timothy, to everybody here. There isn't anything God won't do through you. Name it. I don't care how big you can imagine it. If I can ever convince Him, it will never be an issue over who gets the glory. But you know what my problem is? I got a problem like you got. I think I got this is all worked out. I think I've got a hold of all this. I think all this is working in me like it's supposed to. And before I even realize it, something will happen and a thought will go through my mind. That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good. You were really used, weren't you? Where did that come from? Where'd that come from? This is an iPhone. I haven't even had this a year yet. And I will tell you this about this iPhone. I've owned a lot of phones. And I'm a technology addict. This will be a perfectly good iPhone, but when the 4G iPhone comes out, I'll be passing this on to somebody else because I'm getting the latest and the best as soon as it comes out. In fact, I should have already got the 3GS, I think it's what it's called. Isn't that what it is? But I simply decided I didn't want to go halfway. They've promised the 4G not very far long from now, and I'm waiting on that. And you know something? I hope I get a good deal on it. But I really don't care how much it costs. I'll find out some way to get it. Because I like it. And you know what? Even 10 years ago, even as forward thinking as I think my mind is, I could not have imagined 10 years ago being able to hold something in my hand, slip something in my pocket that can do all the stuff this thing can do. I'd rather give up my laptop than this. I'd rather give up my desktop than this. It's the first time I've ever been on a trip, ever, that I didn't have to rent a phone or buy another kind of phone. My wife can call me on this phone. I can text my wife on this phone. Wow, that is so awesome. And if the data rate, I'm talking about the cost of data per bit, kilobit, or kilobyte, wasn't so high. When I'm home, I'm all the time, I use all, you wouldn't believe all the stuff. I've kind of really tried to keep it under control, but I got about 91 apps. I got 6 weather programs on here so I can compare them to see what they're saying with each other.